All right. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm multitasking just a little bit. So
We can.
I'm talking one screen and have my PowerPoint on the next one. But thank you guys. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Miss Kim. Just everybody just giving me the opportunity to speak to you guys. It's such an honor. For those of you guys who don't know, my name is Adonis Bozeman, and I'm a NEED alum, you could say. And I currently right now serve as the a coordinator of admissions and recruitment for the University of Mississippi Croft Studies for International Studies. I know that's a lot, it's a handful, but just as Miss Mary mentioned earlier, it's just always great just to have connections and really the power of technology, the power of social media, because we still been in a connection, still talk even after I graduated, and it's been great just to see that the program is still thriving, and also just to look back and see really what I've gained from just attending NEED, and really the great experiences I had. So I just want to give you guys my short NEED story, along with, I guess, a little inspiration, you could say, just to get you started for another week and to tell my story and answer any questions you guys may have at the end. So without further ado, here's my NEED story. So here's this nerdy guy. I'm still a nerd, but here's this nerdy guy here, pictured of my senior year. Going back of how I jumped into the program, wow, I came back into 8th grade. And I met this tall guy who was right beside me. Me and him was classmates from the same small high school. I'm from a small town in Alabama called Aliceville. If you sneeze, you might miss it. And so I had the opportunity to meet with him, and our teacher to the other side of me, Miss Hatcher, was deeply involved with me, deeply involved with she was our science teacher, biology teacher. She was really deep involved in our community. And so I proposed an idea, say, hey, I want to give back, and I want to start an environmental club here at Aliceville High School. Never's been done before at all, never heard of. She was really open. She was our supervisor. And my friend now, Andres, now he agreed to help me throughout the way. And so we collaborated. We started a lot of projects for our community of Aliceville, some that never was done before, but it really allowed us to give back something that we and also to give awareness to what was going on with our world today. And so we developed a different project. One of my favorite projects, I think, that we submitted for the NEED project was called ASAP, in which Team ASAP, in which we was able to just develop a major project to get the whole community and also school involved. So this is our Washington, D.C. trips right here. As I see, I'm representing all right from Alabama. Also, it was the only school to be represented in Aliceville. So it was definitely an accomplishment. Well, from Alabama, excuse me. It was definitely an accomplishment and something I would never forget. Let's fast forward now. Why NEED? Why the importance of this great program? Well, the same person that I met, just starting off this small club, environmental club, became my best friend for life right now, currently. It wasn't for, just starting this club and joining NEED and getting into the NEED project. Me and him probably would never been as close, or really would have never clicked or connected. But me and Andreas, we was classmates. We actually ended up graduating high school together. We attended the same college, the University of West Alabama, which is a Division II school. We majored in the same major. We was college roommates. So we've had we pledged opposite fraternities, but we pledged during the same time, and we taking trips really throughout the whole United States. So this is us actually right here in Washington, D.C. during our college years. We attended with the president of the university at that time, in which we both worked under him doing just special student projects. So we was highly involved, but it really that project really did bring us closer together. And again, we have a friendship that lasts forever. I was talking to him before I actually got on. I know he had complications and things of that nature. I really want him to jump in to talk about his experiences. But what we really did give credit to was just, the great friendships and bond and connections that we established through this project. He currently now is a lawyer, a DA in Austin, Texas. So I guess I get to hear all about his big criminal stories and things he's doing on that side. Also, just really, as I mentioned, it really allowed us to become more environmental friendly. Became more aware. Really want to research or learn it, even to smaller things. Of, let's say I got the car and there's maybe a water bottle, something like that, and I'm thinking twice, like I'm not about to throw this on the ground, or I have some gum in my mouth, I'm not about to spit on the ground. So just little things like that just really made me more conscious and eco-friendly of what's going on. Especially when you get older and you look at the light bills and things of that nature, yeah, you'll definitely be more appreciative. I also joined in college. Me and him actually joined at different times, but Alpha Phi Omega Fraternity Incorporated, which is the world's leading and largest national community service organization. So as I submitted my application to Alpha Phi Omega, as a freshman, I mentioned the NEED project on my resume. That was one of my main highlights and something that really stood out. And I was actually one of 3 freshmen to join that early and really enjoyed those experiences with Alpha Phi Omega fraternity. And also just the great travel experience, being there. Me and D'Andreas was from, again, a small town, in which I'll talk a little bit more into it. Just to have that experience to represent, Aliceville and, become really, small town heroes to come and represent for the NEED project was amazing. It was a great experience. And that brings me into, I guess, a more deeper in detail for you guys. This is, and I love, and it could be an interaction one-on-one, or you can type in the chat. But I actually had the opportunity after I graduated college from University of West Alabama to give back to my school some more, and to the class of 2016. I actually was the commencement speaker for graduation, which was another huge accomplishment. I really did enjoy, a humbling experience. But I titled my graduation speech called BAM, By Any Means Necessary. And I put it into a slideshow because I'm more so a visual person, just to be able to, I guess, relate, but also pass out some great information. So this is really just trying to get if you haven't already, have a game plan book for success. And I'm not going to hold you guys long at all. So as I mentioned, BAM is By Any Means Necessary. It's really a book title. And I can say it's really my book title. And I know everybody has their own book title. So you're already right now, guys, you guys are already now in your book called Life. And there's many chapters, many pages, and I can really say one of my chapters would be my experiences with the NEED project. But just to things to upstart and jumpstart what you're planning to do or what you want to do with your life. This book would be your New York Times bestseller. It'll be something look back to say, hey, what major impacts I did to not only contribute to myself, but also to give to this world that we live in. And right now, I'm gonna give you guys 2 to 3 minutes, if I can. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes, so you guys can put it in the chat. If you had to title your book right now called Life, what would it be? I'll give you 2 minutes to think about it so far. Again, titles change. And you can throw it in the chat.
Oh, Adonis, you're muted. Sorry.
Sorry about that, guys. Thank you. Multitasking problems. But again, as I mentioned, these are 3 points just to help in your book right now called Life. Your book, some of you guys, as I mentioned, I'm sorry, as I was listening to you guys coming in, some of you guys are still in high school right now, correct me if I'm wrong, studying abroad, about to start your collegiate career, already in college. So these are just some points to help you, that helped me out as I guided myself through the University of West Alabama to get where I'm at right now. So I'm definitely grateful and humble about the experience. So hopefully these points will help you out as well. The first thing is to embrace every struggle. As I mentioned earlier, I'm from a small town called Aliceville in Alabama. Right now, currently, I reside in Oxford, Mississippi, working with the university. But just growing up in Aliceville, I didn't have all the quiet amenities and the great resources that I see now that a lot of schools offer. Our graduating class, excuse me, was only 60 students, a very small high school. Not as country, but you might say it was on the country end on things. But just to put in more perspective of the importance of how, just coming out of small town, small city, be able to grow and thrive really matters, is more so looking into the numbers. So in Alabama as a whole, we're ranked as a nation 46 in healthcare, 47 education, 38 when it comes to the economy, crime and corrections, 42, quality of life, 35, and to give a whole overall look of 47, which really can speak a lot to the region where I was, which was the Black Belt region, West Alabama region, which is one of the poorest regions really in the state. So it really, looking at the statistics, of course, in high school, you don't look at it, but looking back and reflect, it really is a humbling experience to be able to even just graduate high school or to even just go to college in that sense, provided there's not enough adequate resources in the area. The closest Walmart is probably, I say, 30 minutes away. So, yeah. So the first point is to really embrace every struggle. I love where I'm from. I love my town. I wouldn't take anything back. And I always say, be proud of where you're from. Ours represent, where you're from, because no matter what, somebody's looking at you. So I really, I took that with the grain when I attended different conferences, whether, it was, the NEED project or coming into the University of West Alabama, participating in different conferences and joining many organizations. I really, I always love to mention, I'm from Aliceville, or I'm from the best city in the state. So really be proud of where you're from. I always have that go-getter mindset. I don't mind always participating and getting involved because I really learn a lot. I'm more of a hands-on type person. I'm a hands-on learner. So I love just to get involved when it comes to things of that nature. So I always do that. And then last but not least, prove your haters wrong. Of course, you're going to have people that's going to talk behind your back, or that's going to be in your way of stopping you from, becoming great, because they're seeing you being great and they don't have that type of mindset. They have that type of motivation to become the greatness that you're doing, or probably just lazy enough to not even start writing their book called The Book of Life. So, don't worry about those who, I love this quote, don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They're behind your back for a reason. Number 2 is find your purpose and become successful by any means necessary. So how is purpose defined? Purpose is defined by Webster states that it's an intended aim, an ending, a result, or a goal. Always, accept your purpose. And I know some of you guys are, finding your purpose right now. And again, don't rush, don't rush it all, let it come to you. But, whatever purpose you find, remember that you can be great and you can be able to do what you need to do in order to serve our world that we live in. Accept your purpose and keep it moving. I love this, to put this in right here as well. Sometimes your grades does not give a real indication of what your greatness might mean. Being from, again, a small town of Aliceville, I didn't have some of the the dual enrollment opportunities that you guys now, or the AP courses or things of that nature. I mean, I didn't even graduate University of West Alabama, magna cum laude. I just, looked at the Lord and say, thank you, Lord. And I grabbed my degree and kept it moving. So, really, of course, grades are really important, but do not let that stop you or reflect from what you're doing right now, what you're planning on doing. I didn't have the highest ACT coming out of high school, but I really motivated myself and I pushed myself to become to really gain my degree and really do what I love doing right now in higher education. Last but not least is that you're going to fail, and when you fail big. Usually in person, I usually do like a Michael Jordan challenge where you have to shoot the free throw, and whoever gets it in, they'll receive a prize. So unfortunately, because of Zoom, can't do it in person. But I can tell you just a quick story of how this inspired me. My last semester of my senior year in college, I'm pumped up, about to graduate. I'm gone. Like bye college, hello real world. I'm about to turn in my graduation paper. So it's, really the verification of, hey, I've done all my coursework, all my curriculum, time to go, turn to my advisor. Now, granted, I was cool with all my professors, all my advisors, and, it was keeping me abreast of things. And I walk into the office, I was like, hey, Dr. Such and such, you mind signing this off? I'm ready to go. See you guys later. Au revoir. I'm gone. Well, he reviewed my documents, reviewed everything. I'm pumped up. I'm telling my family from Cleveland, from Chicago, hey, come down, May the 5th, it's graduation, things of that nature. He looks, this was probably around February, I want to say. He looks at my the paperwork. He said, well, Mr. Bozeman, there seems to be an error. I said, what I think he's playing with me. Of course, we were always joking. It was like, we've seen that, in order to graduate, you have to have 140 credits. Right now, currently have 139. I said, what? I said, no, you're playing, right? You're playing. But it was the true fact. One of my classes I took previously during the summer was not counted as one of the core courses that I needed for my credits to graduate. So I couldn't graduate on that selected time date. And I was crushed. I was hurt. I was, really defeated. Until it may seem cliche, but I was listening to, I was cleaning out my car one day. And I was listening to a radio station, and it was some guy who was speaking, and so he was like, sometimes in life things hit you, but you gotta learn to dust yourself off, get up, and boss up by any means necessary. And they really stuck with me. The following semester, I was able to graduate. And also I landed a job. Sorry about that. I landed a job working with a college, Auburn University. So again, some things in life happen for a reason. So I was definitely I was hurt at first, but I was also able to boss up and fail big by it. So it was definitely a great learning experience and a learning lesson. Here's some proofreaders in your book called Life. Join extracurricular activities. As I mentioned, I was highly involved in high school. I played in the band. I, of course, started my own environmental club. I also was in the STEP team. I was, highly involved. But when I actually went to college really brought out my true personality and really brought out who I was destined to become or what I'm becoming right now. So I was highly involved. I was able to join Alpha Phi Omega, as I mentioned, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. I was an ambassador for the university, orientation team leader, also played in the band. So I really tried to get involved. And from those different experiences, it really allowed me to gain experiences that a lot of my colleagues and also classmates didn't receive. Find a mentor too. I actually have two great mentors. I guess I call him my mentor. Is my grandfather. He's my main mentor, and also I have another mentor as well who gives me great advice in my career and what I'm doing right now. Establish an A, B, and C. Always establish a plan. The most important thing, plans change, but the most important thing is that you have a plan. You're good to go. And always make your bed every morning. I was reading I was listening to a YouTube speaker, and he said, always make your bed in the morning, because after a long day, whether you accomplished the day or you did not accomplish the day, or you didn't get things what you wanted to get planned, when you come home, you have a freshly bed made to come to. And that really stuck with me. So I try to make my bed every morning. And give back to your community, give back to your school, people that helped you along the way. And I try to give back as much as possible, just give advice as I'm speaking to you guys now. As I mentioned, the NEED project really did. NEED project, along with other extracurricular activities I was involved in, really helped shape what I'm doing right now, in which I'm in higher education. And I love to say this, that once you complete your book, once you have your book written, book in life, called written, you'll be signing your books to everybody. And, as your fans or the people that you're inspiring say thank you, you can look at them like Chick-fil-A, and I always say, my pleasure.